Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of OpenFrontIO. This is Enzo, and today we are going to be checking out the latest OpenFrontIO update. You can see it, we got a new map. This is Lake Baikal, and in this video, I'm going to talk through all the changes that I've noted. And just so you know, this update is probably going to fundamentally change how we all play OpenFront. So just at the start, you're probably noticing a bunch of things that are different with this kind of defense symbol here, these lines at the top of the screen. But before that, I gotta show you the best part of this update. This is hands down the best part. Let me even put up two of these missile silos. I've just given myself infinite gold because I want to show you what this update really is. So nukes have been changed, and this is like the most ridiculous thing. So let me show you what a hydrogen bomb does. When I saw this, just kind of like curious, I wonder what this new update's gonna be like. You can already see the parabola, which is great. So, there's a parabola, but that's not it. That's not it. And here we go. Look at that. Is that not fucking incredible? The bombs have been made into, oh my god, I don't even know what to say about them. They have parabolas, they have effects. Let me just, merv a bot or something like that just for fun, and I'm gonna attack this so the bot doesn't steal my stuff. Is that not fucking incredible? That is hands down the best part of this update. I'm also gonna merv, Afghan assembly. Sorry, man. Sorry. So, yeah, we have a bomb update, which that's super cool. I love this type of cosmetic thing. It makes it feel much more epic. But I think we should probably get on to talking to the most important part of this update, which is the fundamental change. Yeah, the bombs are so good. So as I was saying, the fundamental change that's going to basically make OpenFront like very different. So the first thing that you can see here is that there are these type of defense indicators, like these shields on each bot. And from my understanding, these are just kind of an indication of how your defenses are. I was gonna say it's density, but I'm not totally sure about that. Some of the things that the devs, I've heard them talk about, is that they're adding something called instability. I don't know if that's definitively been added. Maybe some of the people who work on the development team, I know some of them watch my vids, have some insight on that. And what I mean by instability is that with the kind of dominating crown stuff, that the bigger you are, even if you have like the same troop count or pop count, you'll just be more vulnerable once you get bigger. I think there's some good things about that. I'll tell you what I think about that in a second. But I think the bigger thing here is these bars at the top. So what you can see right here is you see blue, you see yellow, and when I do an attack, you'll see a little bit of red. So what that means, as you can probably imagine, is this are your workers, your troops, and your attacking troops. And what this means, like in a practical sense for the game, is that there's been a change in how you gain population. So most of us know, if you look down here in the bottom left at this number right here, this is how your population grows. And it's basically a bell curve. I can probably put up a screenshot on the vid just to show you how I think it was at one point. I don't know if it's still the same. But basically, when you get around, I think it's like 41-ish% of your max population, again, this might be subject to change, you start to decrease your growth. So as you can see here, my growth, when it goes yellow, it's starting to go down. And what has changed in this update is in the past, when you send out an attack, it no longer counts for part of your population. So in practical sense, what that means is people can kind of, in the current game, because this hasn't been released, people can micro by sending out attacks to reduce their overall population. So typically, you can see I'm way over like 40%. If I send out an attack, you can see my population, which apparently this pop thing only represents the troops in your territory. It's honestly was a trip figuring this out. Typically, when you attack, your growth rate will go down. So let me just show you. So I'm at 200K, and now I go down to 140, which would be more ideal. This isn't helping. The only thing that helps is if you lose troops. That's the only thing that basically increases stuff. So just to give you an example, I'm gonna send in an attack there. I'm also gonna put up some SAMs just so I defend stuff, because I'm gonna lose my missile silos. Yeah. But, oh, and I'm actually probably going to lose, so I need to activate my cheating stuff. Because, so you know, these, oh my god, what the actual fuck? This is actually kind of crazy. Because, so you know, this is not even on impossible mode. This is just, normal, gameplay. Oh, and you know what I should do? I should just Merv this dude, because that'll be it. Yeah. That will just take this dude out completely, hopefully. So, as I was saying, how the game has been updated, and I'm gonna even send 2 Mervs, is that your troops, when you send them out, it no longer is protective. So, that means that the game is a lot more about monitoring your overall kind of population, rather than this dynamic of, like, you can micro better. And that is absolutely awesome, by the way. That is just so great. And my kind of concern with this, I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm kind of wondering if this will squash skill curves. Like, it'll make the game kind of more easy for everyone, because previously, I think you can just get ahead by kind of microing out, like, a bunch of attacks at different points in time, right? And just go in from there. But now it's like the only thing you can do is just monitor this overall bar. And I'm not really sure what to say about this. Like, I've heard some of the devs talk about it in the sense that, like, attacking multiple people at once, and oh my god, that's so great. Attacking multiple people at once is, it's like exploiting or something like that. And I don't totally get that perspective. So I think how that's going to change the game. The other thing I can tell you too, you know, it doesn't look that different. I felt like it was a little different before. I felt like taking back Wilderness or Radiated Land was more hardcore, like, difficult, but I don't think it is. Defense posts, I've heard there's some changes that are going to happen, but I'm not totally sure about that. That's still to be determined. Let's also just watch this bomb hit, because the bombs are so great. And hopefully some of these people will retaliate against me so I can show you SAMs. Actually, I can't remember if the SAMs have a totally different setup, but that's so good. Besides this, I think the other thing I just want to highlight for you is you can see with adjusting your troops and your workers ratio, I think most people know about this, that it's pretty slow to adjust, but from what I've seen and what I've heard is that you're going to get an increased boost from, like, gold generation from doing this. I'm not totally sure how much different this is right now. And I kind of still imagine that the game is going to be very city-centric still. I'm also just going to send up some more Mervs. And I'm so excited for the games where we just have constant bombs going off. Let's see what my SAM can do. It got that. That is actually so great. That is fucking awesome. So yeah, that's what the update is. Just playing, like, a little bit on single player. I haven't gotten the chance to, oh, and it looks like they're gonna get 1 bomb across. Yeah, it feels a little slower. I haven't really gotten to see how much the instability kind of thing will play out. But, like, in terms of kind of how I'm thinking about where OpenFront's at, I think there's some needs overall to kind of address snowballing, or at least some better ways to kind of fight the crown. I'm also going to put this back up because I'm not doing anything. Because kind of like in my videos, oh man, look at this fucking wasteland. In my videos, you often hear me say, like, bum rush people, and that's kind of commentary, and I sometimes feel like the 70% attacks are kind of like overkill. And I don't know, I just kind of wonder if this response, I wonder if it's a little too much. I think it's still to be determined. This hasn't been released yet, so if you want to go check it out, go to openfrontio.dev. I'd also be curious about your thoughts. The bombs are clearly really cool. I like the idea of buffing workers, and I'm still a little bit skeptical about the whole difference with troop stuff, and I think it might really confuse people. Because, like, how are you supposed to understand this? Like, if you look at the population, when you attack, this goes down, but the troops are still part of you, but they don't count towards your growth at this point. So, I don't know. Like, my thought with OpenFront is that it's not a bad thing that people get ahead. I just feel that there should be some better, like, I feel like the crown should be a little more vulnerable, but I think Some of it, too, is a lot of people are new to the game. They don't really know what they're doing. If any of you have played Territorial IO, you know that there's a lot of games where just, like, crowns kind of, like, just run away with it and no one does anything. But I've seen as more people play, and oh my god, this guy got over. That's interesting. Let me do a big push. Let's see how this looks. So there is that, pushing that out. Yeah, that seems pretty similar. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to totally shape up the game. I think trying new things is good. I think that the devs have done a really good job and that they're very thoughtful about considering community feedback. So it's all to be determined. Let me know what y'all think about these type of changes, and if you have any questions. I'll be covering the update when it comes out. I think it might come out in June. I don't know. Let me know if you're part of the dev team and you watch my vids and you know about this stuff. So, in any case, I think that's enough for this vid. I can just merv everyone, and that'll be it. We do have a few more, maps. We've got a Greece map, we've got deglaciated, Antarctica, and then, besides Baikal, I can't remember what the other one, it's Falkland Islands, yeah. So, we're gonna be getting some new stuff coming soon. It's going to change how we play the games. We're gonna have to be more efficient with our attack levels. Maybe we're gonna have a flattened skill curve. I hope not, because I don't know. I like things in these games that can, like, separate you. So, in any case, I am going to take off here. Let me know what you think, and I will see y'all in the next vid. So, bye-bye, everyone. But yeah, I think we do need to watch these mervs land just because it's so great. That is fucking amazing.